It is Thursday, everyone. I'm Andrew Dowd. It is time for our Happening in the Hamptons podcast, our weekly breakdown of the Hamptons market, new listings, and events on the East End. We are sponsored by New York Title Abstract, the Hamptons' leading title insurance firm. Visit NewYorkTitle.com. We have Mr. Steve Glick, Dave Rutiner, and today, Mr. Vincent Horcasitas joining us, as well as Alfredo Barreto, who is a part of the very busy Vince Horcasitas team. Let's start with the team. We got a lot to get to today, which is great, guys. You guys are busy. You're always busy. You got a ton of listings, a ton of great listings. Alfredo, Vince, let's talk a little bit about the team, what you guys are seeing in the market, and then let's talk about some listings.
Yes, well, thanks as always being here. I appreciate it. We have a great marketing team that allows the VH team to be able to oversee these magnificent listings that we're going to talk about today. So the market is it seems like we have a lot of momentum, a lot of closings happening. We just recently closed on 200 Rose Hill Road, which was in contract for about a year and a half. The VH team has sold so far this year about $50 million worth of real estate, which is great. We're on course to have another great year. I feel that the market is moving along. This storm that we had kind of put a little bit of a hiccup on people coming out, but there's still things going on. I think there's going to be a mad dash for in April this month and next month. We're seeing a lot of activity, a lot of showings. We have quite a few open houses every week that are being well attended, even in the snow. That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's amazing. I would say that, Alfredo, are you feeling like, given the fact that, look, it's raining today, like the snow's melting, the temperatures are warming up, it feels like once that's kind of out of the way, do you guys see that the next couple months getting into springtime, things are going to really kind of explode in the market?
Yes, I think the market report pretty much clears up any doubts that the market out here continues to be super strong with $6 billion in sales transactions from 2025 versus $5 billion in 2024. So the market continues to be strong out here. We're in a very special market. For example, we just rang the bell this morning with another property we put in contract, 55 Longwoods in East Hampton in Springs. And, we're very thrilled to this year. Like Vince said, we're $50 million in already. And this is it's only two months of the year that have passed so far. So we're very positive about this year. And we do see that even with the snow that has slowed us down a little bit, things are happening.
We usually get a little deeper into the podcast before we talk about the numbers, but since we are talking about the market and how busy it is and what you're seeing, let's go to Steve real quick just to get a breakdown of the bigger picture.
Sure. Hey, guys. Real quick, the past week, there were 19 listings that went into contract from West Hampton to Montauk. Last year, 42. So it was a slower than normal week. It was a decrease of 55%. I think it was a lot due to the weather that Vince alluded to earlier. 2 weeks ago, 28 listings, 2 years ago, 28 listings went into contract, a decrease of 32%. The breakdown, the 19 transactions, 1 between 10 and 15 million, 5 between 5 and 10, 3 between 3 and 5, 4 between 2 and 3, 4 between 1 and 2, and 2 under $1 million. Dollar volume was 83 million. Last year was 116 million, decrease of 28%. 2 years ago, it was only 71 million, so an increase there of 17%. 20 new listings came onto the market. So we keep seeing these new listings coming on. Spring is in the air. Spring is upon us. So that increases inventory by one listing. And the breakdown of the 20 new listings, there was 1 over 20 million, 2 between 10 and 15, 1 between 5 and 10, 3 between 3 and 5, 8 between 2 and 3, 5 between 1 and 2, and 0 under $1 million. Inventory is at 1,559 total listings, 1,212 active, 347 in contract.
What I always, for 25 years of being a broker in the Hamptons, we always had 4,000 to 5,000 units that were on the market. So when people ask how is the market, it's a very active market, because when you take out the 25% of properties out of the 1,500 that are in contract, we really only have about 1,200 units that are available between commercial, land, and residential, which when you look at for 20 years of my career, all the way before COVID, we had 4,000 to 5,000 units that were on the market. It's just a very tight market, and I think the big thing to talk about here is: are we going to continue to have the sales in the high end like we did in last year? Last year we had I think 56 properties that sold, or maybe it was 70. It could have been 70, or maybe you can back me up on that, Steve. I know at one point, the first 3 quarters, it was 56. I think it went up to 72 properties over $10 million sold in 2025, which is a remarkable number to me. And in the high end of between 20 and 40 million, there was like 19. So that's the question is, I think we're going to have a great year. Is the high end market going to continue to be at those numbers? That's my big question on the market.
Yeah, I mean, it's just starting to feel normal. I mean, how do you see it, Vince? But when I look at the prices of like a $9 million, $10 million, I mean, I used to freak out when I would see those prices. I'd say, oh wow, I haven't seen anything like that. Now it's starting to seem like fairly like a normal price.
I mean, it was almost
there's a lot out there.
I know, it's almost like 10 years ago. I remember 10 years ago when you sold a property for $5 million north of the highway. It was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we sold 50 of them one year, and it was like that was the new price point. So it kind of feels like $10 million is the new price point in the Hamptons to me. So it's happening on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Let's talk listings, guys. Let's talk about some of these amazing listings you have that you want to highlight. Where should we start? What do you guys? You have a lot, so what do you want to start with? Which one you want to start?
Let's start on 200 Rose Hill.
Yeah,
which
sure.
is a new listing that we just put on the market. It's listed for $32 million. It's a magnificent property on 2.3 acres, backing up to a 65-acre reserve facing west. Has tennis. It's 19,000 square feet in total. The new owner's done some upgrades to the property and is selling it furnished. So it's quite interesting. It's 8 bedrooms, 7 baths on the second floor, with another primary on the first floor. The primary on the second floor has his and her bathrooms, closets, soaking tubs. It's just, you could go on and on. There's 3 or 4 fireplaces. There's an elevator that goes from the ground floor up to the top. What's unique about this property is the construction of this property. It's cast construction, which, if you're not familiar with that, is construction that's cement walls going all the way to the roof, and then the floors are cement. There's no wood in this house. The only wood in this house is on the staircase. It's the volume in the house, as soon as you come in, you have ceilings that are 32 feet high. In the main living room kitchen area, you have 12-foot glass that goes from the ground floor all the way to the top of the 12-foot expansion there. When you go into the lower level, it's 12-foot ceilings. So the volume in the house is incredible. And the sunsets are beautiful, and it's just one of the, Gary Chufo did the kitchen, all the vanities in the house, the closets. It has a prep kitchen. I could go on about all the things that this house has, but it has it all, and it's we're very excited about it. I think it really stands out when you look at what's on the market in that price point. And we're getting a lot of action on it already, and very, very excited about having this listing. Yeah,
that one really epitomizes Hamptons luxury at the very top end. So that's a great listing. Alfredo, what else you guys got?
So we wouldn't be able to talk about all the listings, but just so everybody knows, we have over 40 listings for sale and another 35 exclusive listings for rent, and we have it in all price points. So we take every of our listings very seriously. Today we're talking about these very special properties that are in the modern side, like Vince just said, in 200 Rose Hill. And then we have this other very special property at 61 Harbor Drive in Sag Harbor on Bay Point that, has a dock, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, over 4,000 square feet of living space. And, it's a very unique property. You wouldn't, it's not like there's a full hand of properties on the water, especially in Sag Harbor, which is one of the hottest towns. But this house was developed by an architect named Joel Turkel, who was an MIT graduate. And the house is just gorgeous. Tons of natural light, a gray layout with, a bedroom on the first floor and another 4 upstairs. generator, pool on the water side of the property, on a very quiet street and close to Long Beach and the village of Sag Harbor. So we're super excited to represent this property. It's listed for 7.5. We're getting a lot of action, and this is without really showing off the best of it, since we've been having so much snow and this great weather. But even like that, we're really getting our phone ring all the time, and we're excited. I think that's also going to trade this summer.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, the dock is pretty special there. You know, what Alfredo was saying about waterfront, when you have a dock on the water in Sag Harbor, it makes it, kind of unique. There's not a lot of competition at that in that field. So it's...
Listen, this doesn't usually happen on the podcast, but we had somebody call in, Rich Doyle, another member of the Vince Horcasitas team, who's got he's working real hard on 975 Flying Point Road, which is another amazing opportunity. Rich, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Tell us a little bit about this listing.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, I know all the brokers out there, we all use that word unique opportunity, and we throw it around all the time, but I gotta say, with this one, it's like you cannot find anything on the market, or not even on the market, off the market, but that has this, accessibility to three different kinds of water. The pond, you got the bay, and you got the unobstructed view of the ocean. And the fact that, it's all been done due diligence, it takes about 2 years sometimes to go through permitting, and the owner has done that process, and it saves a lot of headache. And one of the things I got to mention, I haven't talked about really on the price, is that there's other waterfront properties that are further back that have sold for the same price, if not more, and that have no due diligence done on the property, and you don't even know what you can do there. So the fact that you had that done, and you're priced right, and you have all these views, and you have all this private exclusive waterfront, it does become a unique opportunity.
Yes, I agree. I think that having the permits in place and all the due diligence, it's a value that a lot of people don't understand, especially if you're not acquainted to this market. But it's a really special property.
Well, let me elaborate a little more on that. So again, it's being sold two different ways. You can buy the land with the building permit for $14 million, or you can have Jason Kahn build the property for you. That price is $34,700,000, and like you could spend 30 minutes talking about all the bells and whistles. It has 4 fireplaces, has a 4-car garage. It's 19,000 square feet. It has 5,000 square feet of outside space. The rooftop has an elevator that goes to the rooftop, which has a barbecue. That square footage just on the rooftop, which you're getting 3 different views. You're seeing the Atlantic Ocean, you're seeing Channel Pond, you're seeing all of Mecox. You can walk to the beach. You're protected because you're a little bit off of being on the ocean. So it's just like the yield that you're getting, as a developer's broker. We sell, all sorts of different properties that have water. To be able to get this type of square footage on water, this close to the beach, it's just, there's nothing else that's like it. It's like usually you can get maybe 4,000, maybe 5,000, maybe even 6,000 square feet on the water. To get 19,000 square feet on the water is incredible. There'll be nothing like this property. First floor is 4,628 square feet. Second floor is the same. You have a pool, lots of bedrooms, 9 bedrooms, 8 baths, 2 half baths. Incredible.
Nice. Vince, I know, like Alfredo said, we got 40 listings we could talk about, but before we send it over to Dave with what's going on this weekend, is there any other listing you want to just highlight, really get out there and move on?
I'd like to highlight the Paramount Development Group
Sure.
Properties that they have one property that's completed, which is 7 Lee, which is spectacular, listed for $8 million. It has all the bells and whistles, easy to access the property. It has 7 bedrooms, 7.5 baths. It's 7,366 square feet in total. It's furnished right now, so you can get a really good feel for it. South of the highway in Wayne, minutes to the beach. We have an open house there scheduled this weekend. The time on that open house is 12 to 2 on Saturday. So if you haven't seen it, you want to come out and take a look at it, it's there. The other 2 properties are super special also. Let's talk about 136 Trelawney Road. The price is $21,995. That's on 2.4 acres at the end of the cul-de-sac in Bridgehampton. Nearing completion, this property will be delivered in July. It's a 10,586 square foot house, 8 bedrooms, 8 baths, 3 half baths. Gary Chufo again doing the bar area, the kitchen, a lot of the vanities. I could go on. There's tennis, pool, accessory structure. This is actually at a stage that you can see it now. It's being sheetrocked as we speak, has an elevator, has, all the bells and whistles in it. Peter Cook did the architectural design on it. The first floor has 4,374 square feet, 11-foot ceilings, 8-foot doors. Second floor is 3,220 square feet, 12-foot ceilings, 8-foot doors.
Man, this thing has it all.
The lower level has an additional 3,000 square feet. Pool house is almost 500 square feet. So, Alfredo, you've been there a couple times. Why don't you mention a couple things about it?
It's really amazing. I mean, the level of construction with Paramount is amazing, and the layout of the house with the juice bar and the chef's kitchen on the property, and the way they lay out the tennis court, the sunken tennis court with the pool house and the hardscape and the pool. It's really amazing. Not to mention that it's on a cul-de-sac, so it's super private, south of the highway, just a stroll to the ocean. So it really has everything that anyone can ask for on a mansion like this.
Nice.
Guys, as you guys know, we have 40 listings. We have showings on a rainy day. I gotta run. I appreciate your time. I'm always happy to join you, and I'll let you be with the leader of our team, Vincent Horcasitas.
I love this. This is the most fluid podcast we've ever had. This is like a radio show. You know what I mean? Like, I got people calling in, like long time listener, first time caller. What do you got? What are you selling? Thanks, Alfredo. All right, let's send it over to Dave real quick.
Just the last one I just want to talk about with Paramount is 84 Wainscott Hollow. It's a 1.4 acre property that comes with a pickleball court. This is also a Peter Cook design. It's a little further behind the construction of 136, but again, will be delivered this summer. You have to look at the renderings and the setup on it. This is a property in Wainscott, again, that you would never be able to get this kind of square footage again in Wainscott. They've changed the building codes. We were able to get a very large home, which is an 8-bedroom, 11-bath, two half baths, 11,287 square feet. Price is $23,995,000. Spectacular views. You're elevated. You're looking down on farms, and you're double-sided. You have a reserve across the street. You have a reserve behind you, it has a second floor rooftop deck that you can look down on onto the pool area. Really, words don't describe what is being done here, and both are available to be seen. This one's a little further behind the other ones, but Trelawney is a great one to kind of see some of the finished work of Paramount. They're very special builders. They build a lot of custom homes out here, and they're unique in what they do. Nice.
Dave, give us a quick rundown of what we got this weekend.
Yeah, real quick. March 7th, Gene Casey and the Low Sharks are going to be playing at Bay Street Theater, 1 Long Wharf in Sag Harbor. Gene Casey is a legendary local band. A lot of people look out for him and his crew, so that should be a good time. Then I wanted to talk about this special that they got going on at Crispy Taco in Southampton. Vince, I know you're a fan of that place. I went there for lunch.
I love it there.
Yeah, I had lunch there the other day, and they have $7 tacos, and they're massive tacos. You just need one, and then they have $7 margaritas that runs throughout the whole lunch and into, I believe, 5:00. Really great place. Then you also have a cooking class in Hampton Bays at Rare. So if you're interested in learning how to make paella, you should go to this cooking class. That's March 8th at 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Rare in Hampton Bays. The tickets for that are $150, but of course you walk away with a lot of food. And then finally on this rainy day, I'm recommending the Southampton Playhouse in Southampton, which is, of course, an unbelievable movie theater. One of the best things that you can do in Southampton this time of year is go to the movies. It's a beautiful place. And they're playing Hoppers, so you can take the kids to see the movie Hoppers, which is the new, IMAX, animated film with a bunch of animals and stuff. So it looks cute. So that's what you should do this weekend.
All right. I like it.
Before we shut it down here is, you always save the best for last, and I'm going to do something that we normally don't do. Is Steve and Dave have both been to this property, and, talk about one of the premier well-priced properties to be on the water south of the highway in Watermill is 54 Cobb Isle Road, which is priced at $12,995,000.
Great property.
You would never get this type of construction, the square footage, the views. Steve, why don't you talk about it a little bit, because you've been there a couple times, and we'll see something a little different.
Yeah, I mean, look, these views are amazing. It's like a big waterfront property here in a nice enclave in Watermill. It's like Cobb Isle Road. So if you ever were in south of the highway in Watermill, this is a private street. There's no through traffic. You go down there. It's an escape. It's right on the water. It's a beautiful home with a pool, and you get the views are endless.
It's elevated. What I like the most about it is it's elevated, and you have 320 feet of waterfront to be on water. And again, this is one of these special properties that has 6 bedrooms, 9 baths. It's on 1.3 acres, and it has 320 feet of waterfront there. So that's and you're getting over 6,000 square feet of it's almost 7,000 square feet of living space on the water. Again, when I talked earlier in the podcast, you're lucky to get 4,000 square feet, maybe 5,000 square feet. This has a very big yield, and if you haven't seen that, please call me.
All right. Good deal, Vince. Listen, I know your team's running around. You're running around. Everybody's busy. You got houses to sell, amazing listings. We're going to let you go, but thank you so much for joining us. Steve, Dave, thank you. Until next week, I'm Andrew Dowd. That's what's happening in the Hamptons.